Good morning, my dear students. Today we will study basic organization of a computer. It means organization means how the internal part of the computer, the architecture of the computer is actually exist. You can see in this picture, this is input. Suppose we given any input, any command to the computer, it goes to this section. This is called CPU section, and in this CPU section there are three things: ALU, CU and MU. ALU stands for arithmetic logic unit, CU stands for control unit, and this memory unit, in short we can also say MU. In ALU all the arithmetic operations perform. Control unit, it controls the instruction between motherboard and CPU. It controls the instruction between hardware and software also. Memory unit, this is the it controls the management of the memory, and this all connected with this. Here also you can see this CPU is connected with this memory, and the finally this result we are getting, that is called output. So this is the basic architecture, the organization of computer. So now basically here we will study about the memory section, computer memory. This memory section we will study. So this computer memory is divided into three parts. The first part we call cache memory, the second is primary, and the third is secondary. This computer memory is divided into three parts: cache memory, primary memory and secondary memory. You can see in this architecture, this you can see this is first cache, second primary and third secondary. This cache memory is not divided further, and you can see this primary memory again divided further RAM and ROM, and then again this ROM again divided into three: PROM, EPROM, double EPROM, and again third memory, secondary memory, is again divided into like hard disk, CD, DVD, Blu-ray, pen drive. So one by one we will study this all memory. So first, that is your cache memory. Cache memory, it is a very high speed memory which is used to speed up CPU. So what is the use? It is by the help of this cache memory, it boosts up the speed of your CPU. It acts as a buffer between CPU and main memory. It acts as a buffer between CPU and main memory. Okay. Next, whatever the program computer frequently used, means again and again. So what computer does, that particular instruction computer kept in that cache memory. Okay. Data and programs are transferred disks to cache memory by operating system from CPU can easily access them. And one more thing you must know, this is a very faster memory. Okay, it is faster than main memory and has a less access time as compared to main memory. So this is the use of cache memory, and where it is situated, it works as a buffer between CPU and main memory. Where it is, this cache memory works between main memory and CPU and main memory. In between this cache memory works, main and CPU. So next is your primary memory. Okay, this primary memory is also called main memory. As we are just discussed CPU, between CPU and main memory, this cache memory work. The another name of cache memory is also primary memory. Okay, this primary memory is also known as internal memory or main memory. This primary memory is also known as internal memory or main memory of computer. Next, a computer will not be able to run without this memory. If you want to run any computer, there must be primary memory. Okay, so primary memory is again divided into two parts, that is RAM and ROM. RAM stands for random access memory and ROM stands for read only memory. These are electronic chip fitted on the motherboard of the computer. Where are these memories are fitted? They are fitted on the motherboard of the computer. They can directly accessed by CPU, and these all memory can be accessed by the CPU. Next, about the RAM. This RAM stands for random access memory. And what is the use? First of all, you must know RAM is a volatile memory. Volatile memory means if your computer is on, whatever the memory in the computer, that will be, whatever the data in that RAM, that will be there. But once your computer is switch off, from the RAM, all the data will be erased. So what is the use of the RAM? When computer start, the operating system is loaded on the RAM. So when we start our computer, operating system getting loaded on the RAM. When you working on a program, it is actually loaded on the RAM. Whatever we are working at the time, that particular program is loaded on the RAM. The RAM saves our work on computer while the program is running. Okay, sometimes this RAM is also called temporary memory. Okay, RAM is also called temporary memory. Next, about the RAM, the practical example you can take, like your blackboard. We are writing something on the board. Whenever we want to rub, we can rub that, we can erase that. Again, if we want to write, we can write and rub that. So RAM behave like that. Okay, so whatever computer want to write, he writes on that, and again it will be rubbed. So RAM is a volatile memory, and another name is of RAM is temporary memory. Next is your ROM, read only memory. RAM stands for random access memory, ROM stands for read only memory. ROM is the part of computer memory which comprises of instruction burned by manufacturer to run the computer. So in this ROM, already the memory of the ROM already it is written, and that is provided by the manufacturer, means those who build the computer, they already write the program inside that ROM. So what is that? It is a non-volatile memory. ROM is a non-volatile, means if your computer is switched off, it will not, from the ROM there will be no any deletion of data. So once you switch on or switch off, that will be there in the RAM, on the ROM, so it will not delete. So ROM is a non-volatile memory, and also ROM is called permanent memory. ROM is the permanent memory. Okay, it stores a special software called BIOS. This ROM stores the special software that is called BIOS. The full form of BIOS is basic input output system. When we switch on our computer first time, so our OS loaded on this basic input output system. So this is the special software called BIOS, which helps load the operating system whenever computer is switched on. When we switch on our computer, our OS operating system loaded on this BIOS. The instruction permanently stay in the computer memory even computer is switched off. So as I told that if we switch off your computer, no problem, the instruction will be already loaded on your computer. Next is your types of ROM. Okay, so types of ROM, there are three types of ROM. The first is your PROM, second is your EPROM, and the third one is double EPROM. So this PROM, programmable read only memory, EPROM stands for erasable programmable read only memory, and the last double EPROM, that is electronically erasable programmable read only memory. So there are the little difference. PROM, we can write information into it using some special equipment. Okay, so we can write something, as I told that we cannot change the written data in the ROM, but by the some process we can do, but that is the, if that is the PROM, we can do by the help of programs. Once we can do by the programs. If the our our ROM is EPROM, then we can do it by the ultraviolet light or high voltage electric pulse. We can do some changes, but by the ultraviolet light or high voltage electric pulses. And third one is your this one, double EPROM. This memory can be raised and reprogrammed repeatedly. Again and again we can do of higher than normal electric voltage. Unlike EPROM and double EPROMs do not need to be removed from computer to be modified. Okay, if you want to remove modified, there is no need to be removed, because we can do the we can change the program in the EPROM again and again. But in the case of EPROM, we can do once. PROM, once we write, you cannot write anything. Okay, so up to here, what you have to again you have to read this chapter. What is RAM, what is ROM, how many types of memory, and this architecture you have to this architecture you have to draw in your copy. This one, this is your homework. This architecture you have to do. You can see this one, this is your homework. This computer memory this is your homework. You do in your copy. Thank you.